Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to another episode of Sakura Apprentice. Let's see if our main character's weird plan will work out. Hopefully it won't. And so on. Anyway, I sleep out of bed the following morning when the first rays of sunlight creep through my window. I take my letter and roll it up nice and tight. Then I steal away to the loft where Freyja keeps her carrier pigeons. The door to the loft opens with a creak, and the smell of droppings and sawdust assaults my nose. Pigeons are lined up in the loft, their heads tucked under their wings. Some of the birds are speckled brown, while others are grey, black, and all the shades in between. One pigeon in particular, however, catches my eye. She's a regal kind of bird, pure white, that gives off a strangely transporty aura. I approach the bird hastily. My footsteps fall against the floor, perhaps a little loudly, scattered with straw and sawdust, for it is, and the white pigeon twitches. Pigeons are used throughout Elodia to carry messages, very intelligent birds, and with a bit of training they can be even swifter and more efficient than human messengers. Hey there. I roast my chosen pigeon gently, running my fingers along her smooth, sleek back. I have an important message for you. Do you think you're up for it? The pigeon extricates her head from her wing and blinks at me. Her eyes are jet black, but they are not completely devoid of intelligence. It almost feels like she's judging me. Of course she is. But that's ridiculous, isn't it? No, it isn't. Have I really fallen so low that I'm worried about the pigeon's opinion of all things? Yes, you do. You did. I really am a failure of a knight. Yeah, you are. I swallow, trying to dispel the blush from my cheeks, and take my letter from my pocket. I see the letters weighing the case, then tie it about my chosen pigeon's leg. After feeding my chosen bird a few pellets, I let her hop onto my hand. Then I exit the loft, closing the door behind me. The other pigeons crane their necks curiously, watching me depart. I wonder if they're suspicious of me. Those birds have spent their lives answering to Freyja's wishes and whims. To them I must be a stranger. I have no place here. But I knew that from the beginning. Isn't that why I want to go back to the capital? No, you want to go back because you are weird. God damn it. My whole future is waiting for me, soaring above my head, just like the early morning sky. Go. I throw my pigeon's head once more for good luck, then hold my hand aloft. Send my message to the capital to Alma. She'll be waiting for me to tell her about my lodgings. I'm sure she'll be very, very interested to hear what I have to say. And when she knows what I've put up with, she will come running. She has to. I mumble this under my breath, more to convince myself than anybody else. I mean, it's not like the pigeon can understand me. For the pigeon's black glassy eyes do look awfully attentive. Maybe she's smarter than I think. The pigeon coos affectionately, nuzzling my palm of her head before she takes off. She spread her snowy white wings and soars upwards into the early morning sky. I watch her as she flies away, my head tipped back, shielding my eyes from the sun with one hand. I honestly don't know how it works. Like, how do you tell the pigeon where to go? Why do I care? I don't know as well. In less than 30 seconds the bird is gone. I mean, after all, I don't like those bastards. And so, 2 is my letter to Alma. Wait a second. Nope. For some sad silly reason, I feel lonelier now than ever before. You understood, you messed up, man. If only I could grow wings and fly too. We will get you to a circus. Maybe then I wouldn't feel so trapped. And suddenly the training actually started. After attaching the letter to the leg of the carrier pigeon, I go deep into the forest to train. My stomach's rumbling and I feel pretty hungry. Freyja's good cook, and I'm loath to miss out on her delicious breakfast, but I can't help but feel a bit awkward after penning that frantic missive to Alma. It always feels like I've betrayed Freyja. Yeah, you did. It doesn't feel like you've done that. But I know that isn't the case. Then you are stupid, man. Freyja's the one who betrayed me. No, she isn't. She said she'd train me, but she's done nothing other than have interesting events with me. I have every right to be disappointed. In yourself, I agree. But I still feel guilty. I can't deal with these conflicting emotions so in the morning, so I retreat to the woods, sword in hand. Extra should help me take my mind off things. I thrust my sword outwards, each point gleaming in the summer sun. This is the first time I've held a sword in more than a week. I never quite got in the hang of holy weapon, but my sword feels even heavier and more cumbersome than usual this morning. I must be out of practice. I stagger, almost dropping my sword, and I wince. Gee, what's wrong with you, Riven? You take 1 week off, and all of a sudden everything you know goes out the window. You used to be better than it is when you were a teenager with a stick. If Alma was here, she'd scold you for sure. Now let's keep pushing on. Don't give up! I grip the hilt of my sword and thrust the blade again. The steel point of the weapon slices through the air, cutting imaginary foes asunder. My legwork isn't very neat, and the sword still feels unnaturally heavy in my hands, but I think I'm getting back into the swings of things. Ah, that's right, just like that! I dive forward yet again, my sword cutting through the air. I pivot to the right, then left, ducking and dodging blows from invisible enemies. My limbs are aching, but I don't care. I need Freyja. I can't trust that rotten woman at all. I can't believe he said that. She might have been an expert knight at one point, but all she cares about is a lot of things. Naughtiness. And I never cared about being a knight before, but after spending a week with Freyja, I'm determined to improve. I know to end up a degenerate like her. I strike, lashing out with the tip of my sword, but... Huh? I pause, eyes large and staring. I was so ensconced with my training that I didn't realize, but now I see it only too clearly. I'm not alone. There is something emerging from the shadowy forest. It's a leafy monster, webbed that looks like a bark and glowing yellow eyes. Plumes of leaves are growing from the monster's head, and its legs are like roots. It has dry branches for arms, twigs for fingers, and vines coil about its weathered face. The monster drags itself along slowly, its vines brushing against the ground with an ominous rustling sound. Its body is large and ponderous, but it doesn't halt its march. I used to live in the countryside, but I've never seen a monster like this before. I know well enough to not to trust it for. It looks dangerous. Its bright, unfixed eyes are staring directly at its prey. Me! I need to stay strong. If I want to survive, I'll have to attack it, but I've never been in a real fight before. There's no way I can do this. After all, I'm no knight. I squeeze my shot, waiting for the end to come. I just hope it will be painless. Oh my god, so pathetic. I can't feel my head but dance, ears attuned to sound of a plant monster's shuffling pad. I don't hear anything. I don't feel anything either. Could it be... You can't give up now, Riven! You're a knight, that's why I said to you in, you dummy! Now hold your sword aloft and fight, you will never amount to anything if you stand there gulping! Huh? I lift my head, eyes wide. Freyja. That's right, it's me! You think I let my cute apprentice wander off in the woods and get molested by a wicked mandragora, did you? Have a bit of faith in me! It's hard to have faith in Freyja when she's done nothing but sexually harass me since I came to there, though. I have to admit, she does look pretty cool right now. She's staring at a mandragora, is what she called it, down her fingers clasped around the hilt of her sword. When she poses like this, I can almost believe she really is Elodia's greatest knight. Freyja's on a whole other level. Now let us defeat the foe! It threatened you, my adorable Riven, and that is simply unforgivable. I'll sever its limbs from its body and water the ground with its sap. Freyja dashed forward, the blade of her sword glittering. The mandragora swipes at her with its vines, but she's too fast. Freyja dodges, ducking and diving like an acrobat. She runs back, waiting for her opening, and then... Hyah! She dives forward, the tip of her sword pointed straight at her foe. The mandragora raises its vines, trying to shield itself, but to little avail. Freyja's sword cuts right through its paltry defenses. Sweet, sticky subbursts from the Mandragora's severed vines. The sap rains down on Freyja, spattering her hair and clothes, but she doesn't stop. Instead, she pushes on, the monster shrinking back. I think she has the upper hand. Well, of course she does. Freyja asked her. This is one of the most famous knights in all of Elodia. I can't believe I ever doubted her. Freyja might be a little more promiscuous than I first imagined. And that's putting it lightly, but she's no slouch when it comes to one-on-one combat. In battle, she can hold her own. When Freyja fights, she looks more beautiful than ever before. She's incredible. Riven, look out! Oh, one of the vines whips out towards me. It's moving so quickly, one blow could knock me over. I was so ensconced with Freyja's flawless fighting, I failed to notice the vine's creeping advance. And now it's too late. I won't be able to dodge in time. It will knock my head off my shoulders. How about you stop thinking and freaking take some action? At least it should, but... I gasp, winded, as some heavy knocks into my shoulder. Freyja must have pushed me out of the way. I fall to the ground, stunned, my vision blurry. I place one hand to my table, which is throbbing, and lift my head. I half expect to see Freyja standing before me, sword in hand, but... no way. It looks like the Mandragoras managed to get the better of her. No. It's because you fucked up. Freyja was so intent on protecting me, she was able to shield herself from the monster's vines in time, and now it has her all wrapped up. Well, how about you take action then? The vines tear at her clothes, rendering her armor like tissue paper. Freyja's sword is lying on the ground, inches away from her hand. Held tight by the monster's embrace, she has no way to protect herself. She might be a powerful knight, but she's helpless without her sword. Oh no, this is all my fault. Wow, took you a while to realize that. If it weren't for me, none of this would be happening. Yeah. All the while, the vines tighten about my instructor. Freyja gasped, her face turning red. It's too tight. It's squashing. There's no way to lady, you jerk. She reprimands the Mandragora, her legs kicking back and forth in the air, but this is hardly enough to quell the monster's rage. Okay, dude, you had to do something. Hey you! Don't you dare! And it's too late. Riven, instead of describing everything, how about you pick that goddamn sword and destroy the Mandragora? Okay, now you freaking woke up. Now she's left. But she did save my life. She did all of this for my sake, so... I can't stand here and watch. Dude, it took you like, what, 5 fucking minutes, man. God damn it. I don't know if I'm much of a match against the monster like this, but I can do something. I get to my feet, sword in hand, and glare at the monster, which is so busy violating Freyja, it hardly pays me any attention. Oh, it will regret that. I'll make it regret that. It's time to cut down to size. And so, it is declaration. A dash for sword in hand and swing. Too late, man. Way too late. I would kick his ass so gladly. It's finally over. I can't believe I did that. What? Waited for the plant to be basically finished? The Mandragora bested. I sink down to my knees. My sword falls from my hands, landing in the grass with a metallic tooth. My body is completely drained. I'm so tired I can barely move my fingers. I have no idea how I managed to beat that monster. I didn't think I had it in me. I look down at my palms, my clothes, the blade of my sword. They are all coated in a strange sticky fluid. Is the monster's blood? It could be, I guess. But it doesn't really look like blood. The fluid is sticking to my clothes is pale green, not red, and it exudes a sweet aroma a little like honey. Part of me is tempted to taste it. But the part of me shudders at the thought. Gross. I put my hands on my pants. The adrenaline of battle is still beginning to wear away. Finally I can breathe again. I glance around the forest, still shaking. The monster isn't here anymore. It must have fled before I could deal a finishing blow. Now, it's just me and Freyja. She lies on the ground a few feet away from me, curled up like an abandoned kitten. Her hair is rumpled and her clothes are torn, exposing even more of her body than per usual. She, like me, is coated in strange sticky sap. It shimmers over her breast, her stomach. I grab my teeth together. This all happened because she tried to protect me. Yeah! And you were fucking pathetic waiting for whatever. If Freyja had faced the monster alone, it never would have gotten the better of her. I just hope she's alright. I approach her crumpled body hesitantly, half afraid of what I might find. Is she still breathing? I hope she is. She's covered in sticking fluid, but I can't see any blood. Freyja, hey Freyja. I kneel down, grasp before her and lay a hand upon her shoulder. No response. I frown, fear building thick and fast in the pit of my stomach. Don't let her be dead! Oh please don't let her be dead! I don't want the life of Elodia's best night waiting on my conscience. Freyja, hey Freyja, wake up! I grip her shoulders a little more tightly. Freyja, Freyja! Shake her, but Freyja doesn't back. Her body hangs limp and lifeless in my arms, as unwieldy as a sack of potatoes. A very attractive sack of potatoes, but with an admittedly nice pair of boobs, but still. This is hardly appropriate end for a night. If Freyja is dead, her corpse should look a little more dignified. This can't be. I can feel tears bathing in the corners of my eyes. If only I'd been faster. You don't say, Mr. Slowpoke. If only I'd been stronger. If only I was not worthy of being your apprentice. It's all my fault. Oh no, you poor thing, you really look sad. I feel fingers against my cheek. Somebody brushed my tears away, one by one. A soft, sing-song voice echoes in my ear. I had no idea you cared about me so much. Seeing you cry makes me feel sad. But I'm a little happy you care about me so much. I wonder if that makes me selfish. What do you think, dear? That voice could only belong to one person. I was almost beginning to lose hope, but... Freyja? That's right, it's me in the flesh. But you... I mean... I googled at her, disbelieving my eyes comically large. You were lying there so crumpled and still... I thought for sure that you died. Nope, I'm not dead. You can test if you want. My skin is just as soft and springy as ever. I need one or two. Here. Hey, wait, what are you... This man is living the dream. My dream, at least. I gasp for breath, winded, as a pair of arms wind around me. It takes me a moment to realize what exactly is happening. Now, isn't this a nice position? It's been so long since I last held you like this, dear. Freyja is sitting on my lap, her arms wrapped around my head. She's still naked, more or less, save for a few scraps of armor that do to conceal her dignity. And the breasts are pushed in my face. Freyja's whole body is slick with green ooze. The aroma of honey assaults my nose, rich and cloying, almost like an aphrodisiac. Freyja, you, I try to say something, but my words are muffled by her impressive bust. Can't say a word when her breasts are smashed against my face. There, you see? I'm just fine, can't you feel my heart beating? Freyja pushes her exposed breasts insistently against my mouth, a cold smile playing about her lips. This means you don't need to be sad or even dry your tears. I can see it okay now, but... I feel like there are no choices in this game. Anyway, I wore my way out from beneath Freyja's oppressive boost, my chest sticky with sap, but I can't care. I need to ask her a question. It's a very pressing matter, even more pressing than Freyja's breast. If you're right, why were you playing dead for so long? I was worried sick. Oh, that. A cat-like smile captures Freyja's lips. I saw it, Riven. I just want to see how it react. Can you forgive your naughty teacher for playing a nasty joke on you? A joke? You called that a joke? There was nothing funny about it. There was a lot of funny. It was funny. Really? I thought it was pretty funny. Your flushed, crying face was so precious.
Seeing you get so worked up on my behalf made me super happy. I was starting to worry you didn't like me.
I don't like you.
You don't?
No, I didn't like you before and I certainly don't like you now. You've played with my heart 120 times. I thought you were dead. I was afraid I was gonna be ruined and my parents too.
Your parents?
Freyja screws up her nose, confused.
What do they have to do with this?
Well, everything. I said to become knights so I could provide for them. You're famous, so you might not know this, but it's hard for us commoners to... To what? To what? To... take out a living day by day? I think. Pinching pennies and fretting if we'll have enough food. I never ever want to suffer like this again. And so I'll thank you for not turning this into a joke.
Huh.
Freyja presses one hand against her lower lip thoughtfully.
I can certainly understand, but it seems I have unwittingly done something really horrible to you. Sorry, Riven.
Oh, gee. It's hard to stay mad at Freyja when she seems so unaware of how other people live their lives. For a great knight, she is oblivious. She's grateful. Well, never mind. There's no point in getting mad now. I'm just glad you're okay. Now, would you mind letting go of me? I'm getting a little hard. It's getting a little hard to breathe.
Hey, let go of you already.
Yeah, you've been clinging to me for like 5 minutes. No, it's been like 5 seconds. You're covered in sap too. I think you might need a shower.
No way. I want to cling to you even more, Riven.
Huh? I look at Freyja blankly, lips pursed. What are you talking about? If we keep sitting here, we might attract another one of those monsters and then...
I don't care about that right now. I'll stay like this.
She hugs me close, pushing my head against her impressive cleavage. Again, my face is subsumed by her soft flesh, my nose sinking between her breasts. It's pretty hot and it's hard to breathe, but... it really feels good being pressed up by my face. If I had to pick a way to die, this would be pretty high up there. Oh man, yes, it would be high. It would be at the top of my list.
Let's stay together like this a bit longer, Riven. I like you a lot and I so relieved you're right. My heart almost stopped beating when I saw that monster. I knew I had to protect you, but I'm a little tired now. I don't know if I can wash myself off if I'm covered in sticky sap. So why don't you help me? It can even double as an apology from me for making you so worried.
Freyja gyrates her hips, her breasts pressed more insistently against my mouth.
Don't you want to lick all this sap from my naked body?
Why would I want to do that? That sap can taste good.
Oh, you'll be surprised. I've heard it's very sweet. And it should help you get your strength back. Try it, Riven.
Freyja's knee rubs against my crotch insistently, while her sticky breasts push against my mouth. At first I was so afraid about Freyja's welfare that I didn't really register her nakedness. But now she's on top of me, rubbing her breast on my face. I can't help but be aware of how sexy she is. This guy is so slow, like every other Sakura game guy actually. She might be an annoying, persistent woman. No, she isn't. But she's also annoyingly, persistently sexy. That's true. I can't let her beat me now, for I have to hold back. Why? I want to exercise some restraint, but... fuck. This simulation is too much.
That's right, Riven. Give in to your desires. Savor this sweet sticky sap that's sticking to me. I know you want to slap it all up, every last bit.
Well, when she puts it like that, how can I refuse? How will I ever learn how to be a proper knight like this? Who cares, man? Who cares? You might stay by her side. That would be awesome. Time passes. It's now been 3 days since I sent my letter on, and I still haven't received a response. That's good. Did she get my missive? Hopefully not. I'm not afraid my letter has gone astray. That would be awesome. Now part of me hopes it has. I'm not surprised. I'm still not really used to Freyja's advances, but I have grown accustomed to spending time with her. I owe her a lot, you don't say. If it weren't for her, that Mandragora could have killed me. I owe her my life, and I don't want to repay her by running away. That'd be pretty scummy. Now I have no idea what I want. My confusion must show my face, because Freyja frowns.
Are you alright, my dear Riven?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Freyja peers at me from across the kitchen table, her brow furrowed.
You've hardly touched your food. My porridge doesn't taste bad, does it?
Oh no, it's delicious. Your food is always delicious.
Oh, thank God.
Freyja sighs, placated hands clasped together.
Glad to like it, Riven. I'll use the best ingredients just for you. A lot of love goes into my meals. If you know what I mean, wink wink.
Freyja wiggles her eyebrows enticingly and I almost choked my mouth full of porridge. I did think it tasted a little musky, but... What do you mean exactly? What do you mean by that exactly?
Oh, nothing. I was just teasing you, darling.
Freyja blows a kiss at me from across the table and I sigh. With you I can never be too certain.
I know. That's part of my deal. It's why I remain undefeated on the battlefield. I like to keep my foes guessing.
I understand that, but... I'm not your fool, am I? You shouldn't need to toy with my heart like you do.
Who says I'm toying with you? I tease you because I like it and I'm very serious about my feelings. Contrary to what Alma says, I'm more reliable than I look.
That's what Freyja says, but I'm not so sure. What am I to her anyway? Is it true it is true she saved my life, but... Does she really like me? I can't tell at all. I'd totally love that if she liked me. If only Freyja came with some kind of manual, so I could understand how she thinks.
You'd best sit up. Hold your food, Riven. We're going to the forest today.
Ha! My spoon falls from my hand and hits the table with a clatter. Doesn't mean you're finally going to try me.
In a manner of speaking, I suppose.
Then should I bring my sword? I rise my feet, eyes shining with excitement. This is why I came to Dardan in the first place. I can't believe Freyja's finally going to tutor me like she promised. This is a dream come true. This is a dream come true? What? Hey, Wing Cloud, do you have someone to proofread all this stuff? Speaking of which, I actually wrote to one studio about proofreading, but I guess I failed. Anyway, I can prepare anything you want, just say the word and...
Oh no, you don't need to bring any weapons with you, my dear Riven.
Hey, but then... I was begging my chair disappointed. How am I going to learn any techniques without my sword? First you will get the strength training, then stamina training and so on, I guess. You don't need a sword for that.
Yeah, I don't think you're quite at that stage yet. Swordsmanship comes later.
Told you.
First, you need to learn how to focus. I want to help you clear your mind. And what better place to do that than in the embrace of the nature?
Huh? Okay, now I'm curious. Leaves and grass crunch beneath my heels as I walk through the forest, Freyja by my side. The sun is still high in the sky, but there's a crisp bite to the air which makes me shiver. Sorry.
Hey, Riven!
Only if almost read my letter yet. I suppose there's no use pondering it, there's no way of me knowing.
Riven!
Will she come for me? Of that I can be certain. If I knew if she read my letter or not. I just want some sort of sign.
Riven! After Riven!
I blink momentarily, confused, as Freyja waves a gloved hand in front of my face. She's standing pretty close to me, her eyes large and penetrating as they stare into mine. I guess I was lost in my own thoughts. I didn't see her or hear her.
So, you finally noticed me, have you? I'm glad to see you return to the land of the living.
Freyja titters while I take an awkward step backwards, face flushed.
Are you alright, Riven? It looked like you were deep in thought. In fact, you've been kind of spacey all day. I thought going into the woods would cheer you up.
I'm sorry, Freyja. I've had a lot on my mind.
That's alright. You don't need to apologize.
Oh, you will have to.
We came to this forest so you could meditate after all. One can never underestimate the healing power of nature. The silence can help us reflect. and it's only through reflection we can learn who we truly are.
Okay, I don't know who... I don't need to know who I really am. I'm a Riven, and I'm a knight. No, you aren't. The knight part, you aren't.
And now you are dear, but we are more than just our names and occupations. What do you truly want in life?
What do I truly want in life? Oh man. Who knows? I don't. I honestly have that problem that I don't know.
What makes you happy?
Tough question.
These are important things to consider too.
Freyja speaks with a small smile, like per usual, but something about her words makes me feel on the edge. Don't act like you know me better than I know myself. We're still strangers, more or less.
Alma, you're so cold. How can you say we're strangers after all the things we've done together? You've even seen my cute, shaved... I think we're more than strangers at this point.
Hey, I never asked to see you down below, you know. You forced it onto me.
Oh.
Freyja pouts. For a once proud knight, she sure does that a lot. She's almost as good at emotional manipulation as she is at wielding a sword.
Are you saying you don't like it, Riven? I mean, you didn't like it?
That's not what I said. You're putting words in my mouth.
Then what do you think of me, huh? I'd love to know.
Well, I glance away, scratching my cheek with one finger. You're incredibly sexy. I've never had much time for one before, but not even I can deny that. Any man or woman, for that matter, would be honored to gaze upon your body, so... Why are you always flirting with me? I don't get it.
Huh? Shouldn't I flirt with you?
No, we're both knights. We have duties to attend to, and you're supposed to be training me. We can't spend all our time having interesting events. That's a one-way road to gluttony and sin. Who cares about that, man? Speaking of which, gluttony is basically sin, so why end? Road to sin of gluttony, something like that would be better. It is a sin, right? Oh my god. Yeah, I'm totally Christian, right? So I know sins. No, I don't. I honestly don't.
So, you still think enjoying yourself is sinful?
Freyja toots and shakes her head.
How short-minded. It's no wonder you've been struggling so.
What do you mean?
You're too hard on yourself, Riven. You think to be this knight, you have to throw away everything that makes you a human.
Oh. Okay, that I can follow. You say you have to throw something out away. No good, man. No, girl. No good. Kinda reminds me of Dragon Ball Super scene with the fight of Vegeta and the other guy, where like Vegeta says that she can't cast aside things, important things, right? And he will reach higher levels on his own way. That's pretty great. Freaking awesome. Anyway. But that isn't true.
If you deny your body... If you deny your body what you want, you'll only hurt yourself.
I think I'm doing just fine without your help, thanks.
Oh, really?
Freyja raised an eyebrow.
If you were fine, like to say you wouldn't have frozen up when you faced that Mandragora. You're frightened and the size of like a little lump. If you act like that on the path, you won't make it. You'll be defeated in an instant. You can't afford to hesitate. I've taken quite liking to you over the last week, and I don't want you to get hurt. I'm doing this for your own good.
A cold wind blows through the forest, disturbing the leaves on the trees. The long, tall grass about my ankles brushed against my greaves. A few insects flutter in the air, their wings rainbow colors, but I hardly notice them. I'm too busy staring at Freyja. All of a sudden I feel so... lost.
Riven, please, trust me.
Freyja takes a step forwards, and for once I don't shrink away. In fact, I'm almost... glad for her presence. Being with Freyja is better than being alone.
You're my apprentice and I care for you. Unorthodox for my methods are, I only want to help. You have great potential, but you're wasting it with your own fears and self-doubts. You need to develop more confidence in yourself. And you need to strengthen your body. That's what I've been trying to teach you. I just want to get stronger.
So you mean all this time you've been having interesting events with me because you want to help me?
As ludicrous as it may sound, yes, that is my main motivation. But I can lie, it does feel rather nice to be intimate with you.
Freyja runs her tongue over her lower lip, her eyes shining wickedly. Skip.
It's a shame you've never thought to use it before. But I'm glad I was the one who was able to steal your virginity.
I'm not really sure how to reply to that, so I mumble. Well, thanks very much. Under my breath. I mean, come on, man. You're a lucky dude. I don't understand why he would have something to complain about here. She giggles, obviously amused by my plight. Isn't she always?
You don't need to be embarrassed, I'm complimenting you.
I know, but being complimented for something I have no control over. It's even... Okay, I won't finish my sentence. It doesn't seem right. I'd far rather be complimented for my abilities with the sword. I mean... that is other kind of sword, right? You're being complimented about? Not that I'm all that talented.
There, see?
Freyja pokes my nose with her fingertip.
That's what I meant when I said that you're always putting yourself down. If you want to succeed, you have to have more faith in yourself. Just like I have faith in you.
I don't know if that makes me feel better.
Well, it should. You have to stop being so pessimistic. And your negativity is the reason why you freeze up during fights. You expect the worst to happen, so you don't even want to try. I want to show you how to command your body and your mind, so you don't think about those gloomy things. You have to learn how to cheer up.
I think you might be right, but... I look at her, lost and afraid, like a small child. What should I do?
It's simple. You need to learn how to be more comfortable with your true desires. Don't lie to yourself anymore. Just surrender yourself to me. And I'll look after you.
I would surrender right here, right now. To her. Freyja winds her arms about my waist, pressing her bosom against my chest. Her skin is so soft I could drown in it, but... The grass flutters in the breeze. Freyja's long, silky hair tickles my skin. She brings her glossy lips to within inches of my ear, and then whispers softly, seductively.
I promise.
How was that seductive? What? And so, after our talk...
Oh, Riven. You're getting... excited already.
Well, what do you expect? I look up at Freyja sitting staring at me. Her skirt, which was already in practically short, is pulled up to reveal a surprisingly new pair of white panties. And inside Freyja's glorious fixed quiver, they're dark tan like chocolate and shimmer beneath the sunlight. Her long purple hair cascades over her shoulders, just like a waterfall. Surely it's beautiful. Yes. So beautiful I can hardly believe such a woman is sitting atop me. Lucky bastard. But she is. I can't feel her skin directly against mine, I can imagine it. How soft must she feel? I'm desperate to find out.
You look rather cute like this, spin down beneath me. I like to watch your cute, blushing face a little while longer. But I don't want to be too cruel.
Freyja rakes her eyes over my body without an inch of shame. Her cheeks are flushed, her eyes shining with lust.
Why don't we enjoy ourselves? It's been far too long since I'd...
Don't you have any sense of shame?
Let me see.
Freyja pressed her index finger against her lower lip as though it thought before.
Nope.
A bright smile captures her lips.
Why should I feel ashamed of my body? There is nothing wrong with enjoying myself. We're both humans after all. It's perfectly normal for us to have urges like this. Why shouldn't I satisfy my cravings?
But you're a knight.
I know, but I've always thought we were rather too stuffy for our own good. We have to hide our bodies away behind heavy armor, and we exist to follow commands. On the battlefield, we have to harden our hearts and ignore what we truly want. But now, we don't need to fight. I'm tired of spilling blood. Let's have fun instead. Alright.
Well,
That is if you think you can satisfy me.
Freyja's expression challenging. Freyja's expression is challenging, but I don't want to back down from this fight. I mean, why would you?
You're awfully confident. Then, I can't wait to see what you've got. My adorable Riven. You're so cute, Riven.
I'm not.
You are.
Freyja.
You're a far adorable fight. I think we'd both be much happier if you could stay here and I could teach you the art of pleasure until your mind melts.
Where do I sign? Where do I sign this contract?
Don't you?
As if I'd let you get the better of me. You might be Legend Knight, but you have no dignity.
And you're a naughty little boy. But I'll tame you. If in time you'll come around.
Oh my god, some of those texts are so ridiculous. We've got the answer.
I might not be a virgin, but contrary to what you might think, I don't sleep with everybody I meet.
Yes.
I like the cute faces you pull. You're just so adorable, Riven. That's why I want to help you. I want to train you.
So much for training me. She's totally getting off on it. Well, it's not like I have much room to complain. Despite my harshly worded letter to Alma, I'm enjoying this more than I'd care to admit.
Riven, is that you? I can hear you, but...
Uh-oh. I can hear a voice. It's a familiar voice too. It couldn't be. Alma. Did she get my letter already? Does that mean she's going to take me back to the capital? Talk about bad timing. Maybe I can throw Freyja off me and make myself present, but that's not possible. I can hear Alma's footsteps fast approaching, and now she's going to see us, and I... Oh god, Shit. I can't stop myself. And the whole while. What?
What is going on?
Alma observes us from beneath the shade of nearby tree. Her eyes are narrowed, and on her face there is truly fearsome pout.
Riven, what in the world is going on?
I'd like to know the answer to that myself. I'm in Freyja's office, standing by her bookshelves. Alma meanwhile is before me, arms folded over her chest. Freyja ushered us in here when we returned to her home, so Alma and I could have a little talk. But I'm afraid Alma doesn't want to talk. Instead, she wants to scold me. Alma's chest is rising up and down, her brow furrowed. She looks as though she just witnessed a horrible crime.
And I suppose I can't blame her for being so irate.
Walking in on your own apprentice and the great knight Freyja asks her to engage in a passionate embrace must be shocking for anybody. I feel a little shocked myself, actually have no idea what's going on or what's going to happen. While I can't help but worried by writing Alma, I might have made things even worse.
You don't say. I told you to not do that. I told you.
But no.
I don't believe this.
Alma pressed her fingers against her temple, teeth whirling on her whole lip.
I had my reservations when Freyja said she won't train you privately, but I didn't know she was referring to that kind of training. Does that woman have no shame?
Wait, stop, wait.
Does that woman not have any shame?
Yeah, I often ask myself that too. Alma begins to pace around Freyja's office, the floorboards creaking beneath her heels.
I always knew Freyja's techniques were unusual. But this is going too far, even for her. She must think because she's one of Elodia's best knights, she can get away with anything. How could she do something like this to her own apprentice? How could she?
The apprentice does not complain about what she does. She said if we had... Alma shoots me a scanner look and I bow my head, face flashed. Saying sexy more of serious, stern woman like Alma is way too embarrassing. It would be less humiliating to confess about wetting the bed. Not that I do that, of course! I mean... First said if we did intimate things together, it would help me become a knight. She told me your methods were too stern and strict and I should let myself loosen up.
Oh, she did she?
Alma exhales sharply.
And what would Freyja know? She's never trained any young apprentices before like me. She's making this all up as she goes along. Now I can see her request to torture you was nothing more than a ruse. She was never interested in your character's knight, no matter what she might have told you. She just wanted to herself so she could take advantage of you.
And I don't see any problem with that. That's what I would ask for her, to be honest.
To Freyja, nothing but a toy.
A toy? Huh. I don't mind. I stare at Alma, stunned. It's true Freyja can be quite toughless, but I don't think she's been mistreating me. She cooks for me, cleans, careful to attend my needs. When I was ambushed by that mandragora in the forest, she jumped in to save me, for she put herself in danger. Would she bother to do any of those things if she knew saw me as a toy? I'm not sure. Huh, she's a stranger, but I think she does care deep down.
That woman care about anything other than herself. A likely story.
Alma rolled her eyes dramatically.
You can only say those things because you don't really know her, Riven. Not like I do. The two of us go way back.
Ah, now that I think about it. Fred did mention that you used to be friends.
That's right, we both enrolled in the Imperial Army at around the same time, and we shared a dormitory. We were both young girls back then, far away from our parents. I was homesick and Freyja comforted me.
Go on. Go on.
She was dependable, ally back then, and a good friend. Go on, continue. I'm listening.
Alma's fingers clenched to fist at her sides.
But then she made a name for herself on the battlefield. She became a national hero, and the populace adored her. She was awarded medals and fame and honor.
And you're just fucking jealous because of that, aren't you?
And that's why the friendship was freaking broken. And then, she never looked at me the same way ever again.
You're right.
Her success warped her. This slovenly, inappropriate Freyja is nothing like the sweet young girl I used to know.
Huh?
Now she's a stranger to me.
Yeah.
The Freyja I was friends with is dead.
Why do I feel like she's not telling the whole story? I see. I don't know.
Well, now we do. That's why I can't stand Freyja.
Cool. Well, that's problematic.
I never should have let you come here. It was my mistake, but you did well to write to me.
No, he made a freaking huge mistake.
Now that I'm here, I can rescue you from that woman's clutches.
No thanks.
Let's go back to the capital tomorrow.
As soon as that...
I would like to do it right away, but soon it will be too dark to travel. We'll have to spend the night here, but I'll be sure to avoid the woman's company. When we return to the capital, we can resume training without delay. For I must apologize for disrupting your education, so... As your superior, it's all my fault. I should have been more careful.
No, it's fine. You don't need to apologize. Alma, now go back to capital. I'll stay. Thank you for coming to collect me at such notice. I appreciate it. I'm not just saying this either. I really do. I'm grateful that Alma came to Durdle for my sake, where she must have hundreds of other tasks to attend to. I thought she was an aloof, frightening woman, but she might be kinder than I first thought. I owe Alma a lot, but... can we leave tomorrow? It seems so soon.
Huh?
Alma surveyed vigorously, one brow eye raised.
What's wrong, Riven? You were the one who wrote me that letter. I thought you wanted to leave.
I did. I mean, I do, but... I throw fingers played across my covers. In the beginning, I didn't care for Freyja's company. I want to nothing more than to be free of her body. Over time, I've started to reconsider my position. Freyja's stubborn and selfish, but I don't think she's as thoughtless as Alma says. Though I'm tired of Freyja's antics, I'm sure she cares about me in her own strange way. Can I really leave her like this? I know I sent you a letter, Alma, but maybe I should stay here a little longer, perhaps a day or two more, just to see what Freyja does. She's a celebrated knight for a reason. And though her training sessions are peculiar, there must be some sort of method to them. If I leave now, I might be turning my back on a big opportunity. I'll never be able to train under somebody like Freyja ever again.
And why would you want to?
Well, it just... Alma approached me, her eyes flashing. Her sword might be sheathed at her hip, but the atmosphere ripples with tension. I don't think I've ever seen her look more pissed.
Don't forget, Riven, you're the one who sent the letter. Don't change your mind now, after I came here for you. I don't want you being harassed by one. I want you back in the capital, where I know you'll be safe and sound.
And I feel like... there is another line written over here, but it has the color of the freaking text box, and it says, "Where I can harass you myself." That's how it is, definitely.
As your superior, it's my job to look after you. I'd never forgive myself if you got hurt because of my own lax judgment.
Huh? I blink at them, momentarily confused. I don't think I've ever heard her talk quite like this before. I know Alma's stern knight who takes her duties as an instructor seriously. She's supposed to care for my welfare. That's part of her job. This shouldn't be surprising, but if I didn't know any better, I'd think, Alma, do you care about me?
Of course I care about you. You're one of my apprentices and I care about you a lot. All of my apprentices are important to me, but...
There is a small pause. I can hear the wind blowing outside, tapping against my bedroom window. I shiver.
You're special, Riven.
I look at Alma, unblinking, and point one hand towards my chest. Huh? Are you talking about me? I am.
That's right. I've had my eye on you ever since we first met.
Now you tell me that?
You might be inexperienced and innocent.
Well, that inexperienced part, I guess, can be erased. Not really that innocent anymore.
Still naive, but you try hard and you're always so earnest. I like that, man.
Shit.
I like you, not just as my apprentice, but as person. And I don't want Freyja leading you astray with her body.
Almost stares, her eyes burning with resolve.
I mean, what's so good about Freyja's body anyway?
Oh, girl. You want to know, huh? Where do I even get started?
Everybody's always worshipping her. They say she's not only strong but intelligent and beautiful, sexy too.
Yes, yes, and yes.
But my body isn't worse than hers.
Yeah, I guess you are correct about that. True.
In fact, my breasts are even bigger. Don't let yourself be swayed by Freyja's sex appeal. I'm attractive too. Look.
Nani? And with this desperate cry, which sounds decidedly Alma-like, Alma shoves her breasts into my face. She's still wearing her armor, but her cleavage spills out over the top of it. Her skin feels soft and warm. I can't help but be reminded of the other day's events when I went to the forest with Freyja. Her clothes were shredded after her fight with the Mandragora, and she was covered in sap. Okay, here's the thing. Don't you... Actually, maybe I shouldn't ask the question, but say it about myself actually. I kinda get annoyed when like the girl first doesn't act at all, and then you like get on with other girl, right? And suddenly she just jumps into act. Like, it's honestly annoying. Why don't you act when there is nothing between the guy and the other person? But now you have to jump in when there is something going on already between the two, right? Freaking annoying. But whatever, let's see where this goes. Let's see where this goes. She puts her sticky breast to my face back then, just like Alma is now. But Alma doesn't smell sticky. I mean sickly. How can you smell sticky, Lynx? Oh my god. Sticky smell. I don't even know what kind of smell that might be. Anyway, sickly and cloying like honey. Okay, honey doesn't smell sickly. She has a far softer, subtle aroma. A little like parchment and ink. I've smelled sand before. I've smelled sand before? What does it even mean? This freaking... Oh my god, this is close to my freaking sticky smell back in Alma's office. But she's never pushed my head against her breast like this. I never imagined that she would either. Alma's far too stern and serious. What in the world is happening? It's like something from a crazy dream. I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. Alma too must be stunned by her own conduct because she gasps. She jerks her body away from mine, then folds her arms across her chest.
I'm sorry, Riven. I know what came of me that was quite out of character, not to mention unprofessional. I must have been a turtle so long that awful woman's influence is rubbing off on me.
You've been here for like 5 minutes. Oh no, that's alright, Freyja has done worse. Besides, I train my fingers against my bedspread, drawing invisible patterns against the soft fabric. It's not like it didn't feel good, you know.
You liked it. Then I'm relieved, but no, I can't be happy about that.
Alma shakes her head fiercely, lips pursed.
As your superior, I need to be more responsible. I can't afford to let my judgment lapse again. From now on, I'll do my best to act in a strict professional manner around you, Riven.
What? No.
That means, as your superior, I must do what I think will be the best for future development. Now make sure you pack your bags. We'll be leaving this place tomorrow when the sun rises.
I don't think so. You're certain?
Quite certain. I don't think I could stay in this place another second. I'll go mad. Now, good night, Riven. Sleep well.
Alma bows to me stiffly, then turns. She marches off, boots clinking against the wooden floor. She slams the door shut behind her with a loud toot. I stare at the spot where Alma once was, my heart thumping in my chest. My own face feels uncomfortably flushed and there's a bulge at the front of my pants. Not 5 minutes ago my head was buried in Alma's breast. I can hardly believe it. It's way too insane. Still, I start out doing the lips pursed. I wouldn't be adverse to trying that again. I never noticed before, but... How did you not notice that? What, are you retarded? No, should I ask, are you blind? How? How is this... For a night, Alma's pretty sexy. How did you not... Oh my god. Later tonight, I find myself tossing and turning wet, unable to get to sleep. I feel exhausted after everything that's happened, but sleep just won't come. It remains elusive, forever out of reach. I wonder how late it is now. It's 13 minutes to 3 a.m. I don't have a clock in my bedroom, so it's hard to know. I just told you. I've only been here a week, but tonight will be last night I spent in this room. No, it will not. When the sun rises, Alma will knock up on my door. Bedroom door. She'll take my suitcase, which I packed after she left, and load it into the waiting carriage outside. Why would you pack yourself, man? I wouldn't do that. Then the pair of us will go back to the capital. What awaits me there, I wonder? Death. Never. Will my life go back to the way it was before? Strictly regimented, every hour accounted for. I think of the bland army food, and early mornings and baths in cold water. I think of my too cold dormitory with these thin sheets and endless training sessions that go on and on and on until my arms age. My time in the army was nothing at all like the week I've spent with Freyja. She's soft and warm, and soon I'll have to put her behind me. I step in bed, sighing, my covers pulling around my knees, my forehead smarts, and I press on one hand to my temple, trying to stave off a headache. I glance my window, pushing open the curtains. The night sky is black, inky blue, suit with flickering stars. They're the same stars I looked at when I lived on my parents' farm, and I was busy training in the capital under Alma's eagle eye. They look familiar, but so much has changed lately. It's hard to keep track of it all. I sigh deeply, my warm breath fogging up the cool glass. Freyja is going to vanish from my life. I'll never see her again. But that thought shouldn't hurt so much, but...
Riven! Excuse me, Riven, are you still awake?
I turn away from the window, eyes wide, and glance at my bedroom door. Somebody's knocking up on it, waiting to be let in. Of course I know who it is. Freyja, what are you doing here?
I want to speak with you. I know it's late and I apologize for disturbing you, but there's one or two things I think we should discuss.
Personally, I think it's too late for discussion. No, it's not. That series of shell-sounding words makes my headache feel 10 times worse. But Freyja isn't like Alma. I remind myself, Freyja is soft and sweet, where Alma is all hard edges. There are worse things in the world than discussion with Freyja. And I was thinking about her. Maybe this is destiny. Alright, come in.
Yay! Thank you, Riven!
Oh! Wow! The door squeaks open. Freyja steps into the room. She's wearing not her armor, but some very freely lingering. A translucent nightgown falls over her chest, barely concealing her body. It's the middle of the night, but Freyja still looks incredibly sexy. Okay, so let me ask a question about this freaking question. If someone is sexy, this sexiness changes during the day and the night? Because I honestly don't understand this line. Like what, you expected her to become ugly? What the hell? Anywho, Freyja must notice me gulping because she goes and pushes her breasts together with her arms.
Like what you see?
Yes, yes, and yes! No, it's fine, I'm fine.
It's alright, you don't lie me. You're at the age where you should be interested in a woman's body.
To be fair, all straight men aged 0 to infinity are at the age where they should be interested in one's body. If anything, you might be...
If anything, you might be a late bloomer. I don't mind if you look at me. In fact, it makes me feel happy. Please stare as much as you want.
That's what Freyja says, but how can I take her up on her? I'm not that shameless. Now she's pointed out my strength. I feel embarrassed even entertaining the notion.
Don't you want to look at me?
I won't. I will.
This might be last time we see one another after all.
My body tenses, but I still don't turn my head. Freyja sighs.
Ah, well, suit yourself.
Freyja closes the door behind her. Then she passes along to my bed, her feet bare, and sits down my side. Instinctively, I scoot to one side to make room for her.
So, Riven, do you really want to leave Durdle tomorrow?
That's what Alma wants.
I know it's what Alma wants. She's never liked me, and she likes me even less now after she saw us having An event. She's a stuck-up woman. But let's put Alma to one side for now. What about you, Riven? What do you want?
Throne. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure what I want. If I could make up mind, I wouldn't feel so conflicted. On one hand, I was the one who wrote the letter to Alma. It would be unfair of me to ask for her help, then turn it down. What do you mean unfair? You changed your mind, that's all there is to it. Come on, man. Women do that all the time, right? Sorry to say that. To be fair, men do change their mind a lot too. They just don't speak of that. I am one such an example. Besides, Alma's my superior. It's her job to look after me. She should know what's best for me, regardless of her own personal feelings. But to be fair, in this decision, her personal feelings are included. I trust her, but I think if I left, I would regret it.
And why is that?
You said you'd help me become powerful knight. I doubted that in the beginning, but after saving me from that mandragora, I started to reconsider. I don't think you're a bad person, really. I don't think you'd lie to me either. Everything we've done together, I think it's building up to something greater. I just need to be patient. I don't want to go before I've seen end results, and if I left you now, I'd miss you. You might be annoying. She isn't. Maybe a little bit. And you were always teasing me. This is the annoying part. A little bit annoying, but still. And I can never tell if you're being serious or not, but being with you is kind of fun in its own way. I've never really had the time to have fun before, but you've shown me that life isn't all about duty. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you. I like you more than I should, and more than I ever thought I would. Freyja looks at me for a few moments, mute. I start to worry that I've said something wrong, but Freyja's lips curve into a small smile.
It took you a Riven, but now we're finally being honest about your feelings. How cute!
Uh-oh. That look. Freyja leans towards me, pressing her chest against mine. I can feel her breast through the sheer fabric of her gown. It makes my heart skip a bit. I've been intimate with her so many times, but her body excites me like nothing else. No surprise here.
It's rare for men to open like that, particularly knights. They are so concerned with a princess they pretend that they don't even have emotions.
Yeah, that's totally me.
Dealing with numbskulls like that is so tiresome.
Is that why you left the army?
It is indeed. I can't stand people who put up fronts, lying not only to their peers but to themselves. I think it's repellent.
I don't think I lie to myself. To the others, maybe a bit? To the others around me, actually. Might be weird, but I feel like during the recordings I'm like the most true to myself. Whatever. Anyway, repellent. That's pretty harsh.
Maybe it is, but these are my true feelings. It's foolish too. If you stifle your own emotions, you will never learn how to be reliant. We knights shouldn't fight for the sake of it. We should fight because we love our country and we have those we want to protect. Love is incredibly important.
Okay, I don't understand why they use that face in the freaking background now.
But knights nowadays treat it like some sort of disease. That was when I knew I had to leave the army. Everybody was so foolish. I almost began to despair in today's generation of knights. But you're different, Riven.
Freyja pressed her impressive bust more firmly against my chest.
You're a very pure, earnest boy. I just need to push you a little, and then all your defenses fell down. Now it should be easy to build up you back, to pull you back up again, and turn into a real knight in the process.
You still want to train me?
Of course I do. Nothing else. All that events was just a warm up. Now it's time for the real thing. You better prepare yourself because I won't go easy on you.
You never do. I shake my head, laughing a little. Talking to Freyja is strangely relaxing. It makes it feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. Now I know, more clearly than ever before, what I want to. No, what I must do. I have to stay with her. If only I'd sold my pride and realized it sooner. There is, however, one problem. I don't want to be very happy about this.
Alma's never been happy about anything. That's just how she is.
But I thought you were friends.
We were friends, but being in the army changed her. She used to be sweeter and girl when she was younger, a little like you actually. She really was fun to tease back in those days. Her face used to burn right red at the drop of a hat. She was awkward, clumsy, and she didn't have much faith in herself. But she still tried hard. No matter what happened, she did her very best and tried to support her. I really love her, but...
Freyja's expression darkens.
When I began to make a name for myself, Alma became jealous of me.
I knew it!
She withdrew from me, and she turned gloomy and sullen. She began to train long hours, desperate to overcome me. She pushed her body to the limit, and she shut off the human part of her mind. She's so stern and serious now, she's nothing like the girl I once knew. To be honest, I feel almost sorry for her. She's forgotten what it means to be human. And that means she can't fight as well as she once did. She's destroyed her own potential.
Then, what will you do? Rebuilding process 2?
I don't know if there's anything I can do. That is, unless...
Freyja's eyes sparkle.
I could always try to persuade her.
To let me stay here.
That too, but I think it's high time Alma and I had a little chat. As her oldest friend, I'm worried about her. I want to show her what happiness really is. With luck, she'll come around to my way of thinking. And maybe she can be persuaded to stay here on an extended break. She's been serving the army relentlessly for the past 6 years. I think it's high time she had a little bit of paid leave.
Does that mean you want Alma to leave a dirtle with us?
Well, why not? I have the room, it should be fine. I'll train you to become knight, Riven. And I'll train Alma to accept her hidden passions too. I think it's a perfect idea.
Okay, personally I think you're a bit too optimistic. Alma really seems to hate you.
She only thinks she hates me, but she'll soon get over it. I mean, I'm adorable. Who could hold a grudge against me for long?
I don't know about the grudge part, but she's adorable. I think Freyja is sexy, not cute. The fuck? Listen here. Just because someone is sexy doesn't mean that someone can be cute. And just because someone is cute doesn't mean someone can be sexy. Cute? What? What? Having one doesn't mean you don't have the other, okay?
You're certainly full of yourself,
Sorry, you're certainly full of yourself.
And why should I be? I'm one of the best knights after all.
Yeah, I guess I can't argue with that. If somebody has the right to boast, you do.
I know. But right now, it's not my status as knight that's worth boasting about.
What is it then?
I was just thinking.
I play with my tongues at the corners of Freyja's lips, in a devilish way that's somewhat adorable. When she smiles like this, she looks like she's the same age as I am, or even younger. Be still, my beating heart. I take back everything I just thought. Freyja might be sexy, but she can also be super cute when she wants. Told ya. Really, is there anything she can do?
I think having an adorable, hardworking, honest apprentice like you is worth far more than any of my awards or achievements. I really have grown fond of you, Riven.
Freyja winds her arms around my neck. She pulls me close against her, her breath tickling my cheek as she whispers.
So much so I don't want to let you go.
Damn. I wish I was this guy. Also the curves, man. Oh boy, her curves are so perfect. Freyja dips her head. Her eyes is falling shut. I have less than a split second to prepare before... She pressed her lips against mine, in an unusually soft, gentle kiss. Freyja's tongue nudged against my lips, and I pursed them obediently. Her tongue slides into my mouth, her fingers gripping my bare nape. The soft fabric of her nightgown brushes against my chest. Freyja. Really is amazing in more ways than one. She's a famous knight, but... For some reason it's me, she said, her eyes on. I still don't know quite what she sees in me, but the kiss makes something certain. I don't want to let her down. I'm going to stay here with her, no matter what Alma says. She's impossible to refuse. That I agree with. Yeah. Also, let's end the episode here. We'll see in the next one what will actually be going on. Do we stay or do we leave? Let's find out in tomorrow's episode. Hope you enjoyed. See you there. Bye bye.